Best moment in my political life. And he paused, then said, until the 29th of March 2012, when he became MP for Bradford West. George.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Distinguished elders, dear brothers, sisters, comrades and friends, Assalamu alaikum. Thank you for coming in such enormous numbers outside in the spillover hall, standing, sitting in such enormous numbers to what was, I thought, just a thank you party. I didn't expect any chairs. I expected we'd be eating together and I'd be going around each of you individually and thanking you for the things that you did in the election, but there are far too many of you to do that, so forgive me that I will not, I'm sure, be able to thank everyone from the bottom of my heart for everything that they did to bring about what certainly has been the greatest moment of my life, which was the landslide victory we won on the 29th of March 2012. When Mr. Blair expelled me from the Labour Party in 2004, he thought that he had silenced me. He thought that he had buried me. But at the risk of continuing Brother Dawood's filmic metaphor, I keep getting back up out of the grave and reaching out for this criminal Blair to try and drag him back to face justice. And you are the people who picked me up, who put my feet back on higher ground. And tomorrow at 3:30 in the afternoon, God willing, you will see me live on television with all the faces around, not knowing whether to laugh, smile or cry, as Mr. Speaker invites me to step forward to take the oath and sign the book and take my seat in the House of Commons, and it's all down to you, every last one of you. It's all down to some absent friends, and one in particular. I want us to remember now, and remember always, our beautiful, young, talented brother, Abu Bakr Rauf, who lost his life in this campaign, whom I visited dead on a trolley, our rosette still on his lapel, his pockets still filled with our leaflets. Age 27, may God have mercy upon his soul. And as I wept over his body, his widow, our sister Kausa, beat me on the chest to criticize me for stopping campaigning for the day in honor of our fallen comrade, and ordered me to order you back into the battle and to win that battle in the memory of Abu Bakr Rauf. And that is exactly what we did. Now, I think it was Kevin who said, or one of the earlier speakers, Dawood actually, that I'm a lone voice. I was reminded of when Hitler threatened us and said he was going to wring our neck like a chicken. And Mr. Churchill answered, some chicken, some neck. Well, some lonely, some voice we have got. You know, that was a great line from Ilyas. A nobody, do you want to come and meet my mates? You should see my mates. You think this crowd is big? Everywhere I go, in fact, I have to try and stay in the car or I'll never get anything done. I only have to set foot outside the car in order to be surrounded by well-wishers, never ill-wishers. They must exist, but they've either all run away or they're pretending to be well-wishers. In fact, I haven't met anyone yet that didn't vote for me. It seems they lost some of our votes. We got about 60,000 votes. MashaAllah, someone said people are abandoning ship. Alhamdulillah. We want people to abandon ship. Nobody will be turned away unless they turn out to be pirates and we'll make them walk the plank. But let them abandon ship and come on to our ship. That's what we're appealing to people to do. We were few, now we are many. We need to be many more still. Let's bring everybody onto our ship. Doesn't matter if they were Labour or Conservative or Liberal. Doesn't matter if they were never involved in politics before. They may have been, they may not have been. But now there's a chance to really make a change in this city. And all people of goodwill are welcome on board this ship. Please spread that message. Don't have anyone holding back from us because they're embarrassed that they didn't work with us. They didn't vote for us even. That doesn't matter. That was yesterday. Now we have moved on to the battles that lie ahead and the tasks that lie ahead. I will be rising in my place, God willing, on Wednesday afternoon at midday at Prime Minister's questions. I've got a question for you, Mr. Cameron, and I'll have one every Wednesday and every Monday and every Tuesday and every Thursday and every Friday. And I've got a question for you, Mr. Miliband, also. And Mr. Clegg, these three cheeks of the same backside who have learned nothing, it seems, from the historic event which took place here on the 29th of March. It was, for those of you who don't know it, I'm giving you only the statistics and then I'll put it in context. It was the largest increase in any party's share of the vote since 1945. It was the most sensational by-election victory of all time in British politics because it was not Labour taking a seat off the Tories or the Liberals taking a seat off Labour. It was a new, small, left-wing, anti-war, anti-racism, justice, peace and equality party seizing a seat that was rock solid from a Labour Party that was in opposition at the end of the worst ever week of the condemned coalition government. Labour should have won this seat in a landslide. Instead, we took this seat from them in a landslide. That's the significance of this. And it is for the reasons Sarah said. It's because nobody trusts them and people trust us. They trust us not because they like the colour of my eyes, not because they like the cut of my jib, though I hope they like both. They trust us because we mean what we say and we say what we mean and we don't change what we say according to whom we are speaking. We're against what we're against. We're for what we're for, whether anyone likes it or not. I said in Parliament a long time ago to Mrs. Thatcher when she was the Prime Minister, if I'm the last man standing in this building saying this, I will continue to say it until God stops giving me breath. And that's what we're going to do here in Bradford and in Parliament. And you know, I'm not the last man standing, and I'm not the last woman standing. I couldn't get into the women's meeting earlier. I thought they might give me an honorary pass. It was a women's only meeting because the women are organizing themselves in a way which is attracting international media attention. Women were absolutely fundamental to our victory. And I want to see hundreds of women at our next event here. And young people, somebody said to me in the body of the hall as I was making my way through, you know, I'm older, so don't think I'm insulting older people. That's the last thing I would do, because the icing on the cake for us was the swing in the last few days of elders and peers and imams and mosque presidents who came with us and were crucial in our victory. But they came because the street was moving. They came because their children were telling them to come. They told them because their grandchildren were telling them to come. It used to be in Bradford politics that the elders took the votes off the children. Now the children are taking the votes off the elders. And that gives me great hope for the future. And the future is what I have in mind. Nobody knows what future they have. Only God knows for how long we will be here. But I treat every day as if it might be my last day. So I'm in a hurry. I'm in a hurry to redeem the promises that we made. I'm in a hurry to make a new leadership that will come after me. I'm in a hurry to elect councillors, to have potential members of parliament, to elect mayors, to really change things, to make a new generation.